So, what I want everyone to start thinking about is this bird, although it is on my iPad, the bird itself is actually three-dimensional. It has depth to it. It has a form to it. You could hold this bird. You could put your hands around the bird. It has a thickness to it. So what you need to be able to think about is building the bird. How is this bird put together? Okay? And if you think with that mindset, sometimes it helps us get started with our drawing. So we talked about how the stomach of the bird is going to be towards the center of the paper. So what you can originally just start to do is you can start looking at the bird as blocks. Everyone plays with building blocks as a kid. And if you were to build this bird, let's just say out of Legos or whatever, if you were to actually build the bird, think about building it on the paper. Okay? So, what you could do first is you want to kind of figure out just the basic shapes, and even before that, the basic angles of the bird. Okay? For example, if I drew a line straight through the body of the bird, if you can look at my pencil, if you see that angle, if you take your pencil right here, okay, this is the angle of the bird. Okay, so I can just sketch that out really lightly. This line that I just put can easily be erased and you won't even see it. So you always start off sketching lightly. Sometimes I'll hold the end of my pencil just to make sure that I am sketching light enough. The next thing I want to look at is look at the top of the wings. They actually are almost a straight line, but it is at a slight angle. Okay, so if I sketch out that angle just really lightly, okay, that's going to tell us the angle of the bird. The bird is not directly facing us. As a matter of fact, it's facing almost the camera, but a little bit below the camera. Okay, so what I want to do from here is I know from earlier in our discussion that the belly button of the bird, or the middle of the stomach, is almost right in the middle of the page. Okay, I also have this line that kind of tells me where the top of the wings are going to go. And if you look, the only thing that's above the wings is just the top of the head. And the head almost forms an oval. And that oval looks like it'll sit right on that line that can connect the top of each wing. So if this is my line, I can put an oval right here, just an oval. This big kind of peach-colored neck of the bird, and even the chest of the bird, I can go ahead, and I got to keep this as my head. I got to start to sketch out that big oval peach shape of the bird. Okay, now I'm going to go down and sketch this part out, the bottom half of the bird. So I'm just going to sketch out the shape of the bird. Okay, cool. Now if I were to ask you, what shape does this bottom tail feather make? Okay, I would say it's kind of like a triangle, right? So if we actually draw this triangle, and by the way, the triangle will be a little bit curved on the bottom, as you can see in the picture. There's the shape of the bottom. Okay, so now let's move on to the wings. The wings. Where do the wings start to come out of the bird? It actually starts to come out right on the neck. This is one of the things that you can start to look at just to make sure that all your proportions are actually matched up accurately. One of the biggest mistakes is people don't, or tend to not draw the lines coming out from the correct area. This space right here, where you can actually see the background, that is considered negative space. The bird itself is the positive space. Sometimes it's good to look at the negative space, such as on both sides of the bird's head, to figure out how to get your proportions correct. So the actual wing is going to come out here, and you have a straight line. The other side of the bird, or the other side of the bird's wing, is going to come out pretty much in the same spot, but it's going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, now we sketched out this line before, so that's nice for us to have. if we sketch out